FORA.tv. The world is thinking.
Okay, let me continue to quote from that press conference in April. Question, sir, did you read the documents recently referred to by former Vice President Cheney saying that the use of so-called enhanced interrogation techniques not only protected the nation but saved lives? President Obama, I have read the documents. That we got information from these individuals that were subjected to these techniques doesn't answer the core question, which is, could we have gotten the same information without resorting to these techniques? And it doesn't answer the broader question, are we safer as a consequence of having used these techniques? What do you think? Could we have gotten information short of the so-called enhanced interrogation techniques?
You know, first of all, you have to rely on what the people who actually had the intelligence at the time knew. People like the CIA director, people like the president, the vice president, national security advisor, they all have said, I think in public, that this information was important and it did save lives and did stop attacks. I think it's...
Don't you at some level want to just say, President Obama, you are being silly. The security of the nation was directly at risk, and we had people in custody who knew things. If we could get the information, it could save lives. The notion that we have to work our way up some gradual scale and that some set of techniques, which we had already construed as legal, could only be used as a very just ridiculous. You're being silly. Don't you want to say that, John, or not?
I wouldn't say silly, I would say naive. I think it's naive to say, oh, well, maybe we could have gotten it some other way. I mean, you could always say that. You could say, well, if Lincoln had not gone after the South, maybe slavery would have ended on its own and the country would have reunified in 20 or 30 years. I mean, it's impossible to answer a counterfactual like that.
Right, right.
That's one thing. The second thing is, we certainly haven't got a lot of intelligence from operatives who we arrested, brought back to the United States and put on trial in our federal courts. I mean, you look at what happened to the people responsible for the first World Trade Center bombing. They're still preaching hatred.
The so-called blind shake.
The blind shake
right.
And his followers. You didn't get a lot of intelligence out of them. So I think if you try to do what I think this administration is moving towards, which is give people Miranda warnings, give them a lawyer, bring them back to the United States and put them in trial in New York City, you're not going to get any intelligence that's going to be of great value. In terms of an ongoing war, I don't think it's a bad idea to do all that stuff when the war is over. But when you're in the middle of a conflict, all that intelligence that you can get, anything that comes out in public is enormous value.